Hello, my name is Ryan Johnson. Welcome to Day One Patch. This is episode 59, going on to episode 60. I don't know why that's significant, but I like it. I like whole numbers, rounded numbers, I guess.
Wait, we're on 59?
We're on 59, and I'm talking about 60. Yeah. Anyway, Matt Lawrence there.
Hello.
He's our tech guy.
Good stuff.
Recently graduated.
Yep.
So, knowledge is fresh.
Yep.
Is it?
It is, sort
Okay.
of.
Explain to us real quick what you did exactly.
What I did? Like what my program was?
Yeah, just real quick. What's the generalization of your program?
6 words.
Computer hardware and some software, but it's mostly like just an overall engineering course.
Okay.
Computer engineering, if you will.
Perfect. More than 6 words, but I'll give it. Marty. Our
Resident Marty.
resident Marty, that's right.
You're talking about round numbers.
Yeah.
I always kind of thought of 5 as kind of like a...
Because it fits so perfectly into...
it's kind of like the
10,
vowels,
right?
the sometimes Y. 5 is like a sometimes round number.
2 of them makes 10, right?
Yeah.
That's always nice.
Yeah.
Then you can make that argument about
No.
15.
I don't agree with what he said, but...
3.
Oh, you
no.
don't? Okay.
No.
I'm missing what you were trying to say then.
I don't know. 5 is just a good strong number for me.
Marty's our app guy. He does our apps. He doesn't like being called the app guy. I tried to create him a cool title. He doesn't want it.
It wasn't a cool title.
Resident app editor?
You called me
That
the
sounds
app.
pretty good to me.
That doesn't sound right.
Do you want to be app reviewer?
No.
Mobile software reviewer.
There you go.
That's not too bad.
Mobile software analyst.
Oh, that's even better.
Analyst. Hmm.
That sounds like you're making big bucks.
Yeah. Am I?
Yeah, I don't know.
You guys paying me?
Adriano Petti's over there. He's our producer. He's what makes these shows great, and we'd be lost without him.
What's up?
Thank you. Let's see. I don't know where to go now.
We're gonna start off with what
Top
we're playing.
stories. That's what I usually do.
Oh.
Top stories. We got some Oculus. We are all excited for the Oculus. Some news coming up. Basically, they're being accused of stealing from ZeniMax. So we'll get into that.
Who does it nowadays?
Get accused of stealing?
It just doesn't steal.
It's when you're a hit, and then everyone wants like a piece of that, right? Last of Us on PS4. Some pretty interesting news, I think, technology-wise. So, actually, Sony has a couple cool things we've got coming up. Indie games, some few E3 stories. We're all excited for E3, I think. Is that less than 30 days, or is it more than 30 days?
About 30 days.
Today's the 9th, right?
Don't give away our secrets.
Doesn't matter. We've given it away multiple
Production
times.
secrets.
Play to the illusion.
Yeah.
Play to the illusion.
So E3 officially starts on the 10th, but the conferences start at the 9th. So I think it's maybe 30 days away, right?
Yeah, like
Sure, yeah, I guess.
All right. We're going to start off what we're playing. Matt Lawrence, go ahead.
I've been playing The Amazing Spider-Man 2. game.
Why would you be doing that?
We went to go see the movie.
Why
and
would you do that too?
I literally left the theater and bought the game. Good stuff.
First of all, the cover of the game is hilarious. You know it's a bad game when Spider-Man's in color and the background's black and white.
That's the cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the good. The game's fantastic.
It looks like a PS2 game, which is hilarious.
The cover or the actual game?
The actual game, yeah.
The actual game looks bad. The graphics are bad, but
Although when you're swinging,
it's fantastic.
when everything's blurred as you swing, it looks pretty good.
oh, so it's blurry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It doesn't follow the movie
At all.
It's well, it even says on the back it goes through its own story. It has like Kingpin in it and stuff.
Most video game movies don't.
Yeah. So.
But I thought the first game was kind of tied into the movie and then a little bit after.
No.
The first game followed the overall story points.
It had Rhino in it.
Yeah, there were like extra levels, but this game literally doesn't even follow the movie at all.
Mm.
Like you do the Uncle Ben bit again.
Oh no.
And I love
Makes
that
them
the
race.
characters aren't the movie characters. It's not Andrew Garfield.
Oh yeah, no, it's
like
not.
the character for Peter Parker does not look like Andrew Garfield at all.
Not at all. Yeah, they're not supposed to be. They're just random people.
Which I find weird because it's titled The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
And you have conversations. With
Well, the
people.
Amazing Spider-Man is not associated with is now associated with the film, but like the Amazing Spider-Man, they did not make that for the movie. Like that was part of the Spider-Man.
I understand that, but when you title the game the same thing as the movie, you expect it to be a movie game, and they released it at the exact same time. You know,
That's true.
I just felt kind of weird that they didn't. And I thought most movie games kind of have the characters in it.
Yeah, I think the
Occasionally they'll
first
get
Spider-Man
some
game was.
VOs from the actors.
Yeah. You know what I learned? Me and Marty have talked about this a lot off air, but like, why don't actors play their roles in video games or other areas that their character is supposed to be? But I heard one person say that they would do it, but they don't get called for it. So for some reason, the studio doesn't say, I don't want Andrew Garfield voicing my Spider-Man game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe it's a money issue. It'd be too expensive to hire them. I don't know. But
Personally, I would want to like read the script of the game, and if I knew it was going to be a bad game, I wouldn't do a voice for it.
Well, I've always thought if I was a character in a movie, like I was an actor who played a character in a movie, I would want to be that character everywhere.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care how much you paid me. I'd want to best represent that character.
Only one lost actor came and did the VO for the game. Can you guess which one it was?
The guy who played Charlie?
No, it was Hurley.
Oh, of course.
Hurley
yeah.
was the only one.
Are you sure?
I think so. The lock was terrible.
Locke was really bad.
That's why I love that game though, because Locke was so horrible.
Fucking terrible. Are you sure, Hurley?
I'm pretty sure Hurley was the only one.
I saw the Lost game in the bargain bin at EB Games. Is it worth getting?
It's not.
It's a bad game, but if you're a Lost fan and you kind of want to walk around the sets, it's cool like that.
Okay, that's not worth it.
Because you can walk down in the hatch and shit, and it's really cool.
Because what it does, it adds in. It's like, hey, these are your characters that you've seen the first 3 seasons. It turns out there's one more character that you just never saw on the show. So they just like splice him in, and they put him in like in the most important key scenes in the entire show. It's like, well, that he wasn't there, but they rewrote it with a 4th character there.
Wow, that's weird. Are you the 4th character? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, there's another character then too. He's like a bad guy. There's a bad guy in that game.
Yeah, I never finished it. It was one of the few games on my list I've never actually finished.
Is it on your shelf pulled out?
No, it is pushed in.
It's pushed in.
That is not ever coming out.
All right, Marty, what are you playing? Did I get to you?
No, you didn't.
I lost track. Matt, you're done, right? Okay.
I'm done. Yeah.
Marty.
I haven't been playing much. I'm still playing through some Hearthstone. I still love that game for the iPad. I did download it for my MacBook, but I never used it. Bit of Crash Bandicoot, the first one.
Nice.
Some Smash Bros.
Is that the Crash Bandicoot? This one you downloaded from that Flash
the
sale?
Flash sale, the last one. I think there's a $5. There was a $5 one on last week.
Last weekend, yeah.
Or there were some great games
week.
in that too. I think Red Dead was in there and LA Noire.
Matt, you should have picked up the LA Noire.
It was on sale, right?
Like $5, yeah.
$5. Other than that, not much.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what to play right now.
Tokyo Jungle.
No.
You never played LA?
No, I've never played.
Have you played Red Dead Redemption?
Yep.
Have you played
Max Payne?
Midnight Club?
Midnight Club LA?
No.
There's a 4th one in there.
It's the GTA DLC.
Yeah. Have you played in the GTA DLC?
Which ones?
4.
Liberty City. Liberty City.
Episodes from Liberty City. They're
yeah, I played them both. I only beat the Ballad of Gay Tony though.
Okay, because there's like a pack where it's like $20 and it's 4 Rockstar games.
Oh, I saw that at Walmart once. Yeah.
That's the thing I bought. Yeah.
Should get that.
Maybe.
Is the Red Dead Redemption DLC, is that worth getting, the zombie one?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
That is an example of what DLC should have been.
Yeah. It's like a full out thing.
Yeah. It's like the map recreated all over again. Like it's like the entire thing takes place, I think, between 1 or 2 missions in the actual main game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like a whole tangent story, but it can be played on its own, and it's like the map all over again.
And that Bigfoot scene, I think, might be worth it.
That was hilarious.
It's fun to see the other characters too in like the zombie situation.
Yeah.
Is there any word on them making a sequel? I heard the game was like a pain in the ass to make.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why, but the development team had a hard time, and it was like one of the hardest games to make.
That's weird. It's like GTA except no cars.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they had horses.
Yeah, it's horses. I mean,
I don't know if it was the same team.
That's probably what made it harder. Was animating them horses.
I'm ready for another Rockstar game that's not GTA.
I wasn't too impressed with the last GTA.
that's because you got screwed.
Not only that, though, but it was just... There was not... Like, people freaked out about it, but it was no different than any other open-world game. Everyone was saying how much they pushed the boundaries on open-world sandbox games.
They did, though.
And I'm like, it's exactly the same. Like, there's some side missions, there's a story mission, I go on them, and then I complete them. I mean, there was nothing really new about it. And even the online wasn't that great.
Yeah, online's good. I still play it.
It's fun to mess around for like half an hour, and then I'm bored though.
I want them to go sci-fi.
Although me and Matt did something terrible last time we played.
Did we?
It was awful. We were chasing that one guy down.
Oh,
we shot him for no reason. I apologize.
Yeah.
We shot him for no reason, and we followed him and his buddy to his apartment, and we waited outside his garage. So the doors start to open. Matt's like, "Oh, they're coming out." They're in like Lamborghini or something like that. They come pulling out. Me and Matt open fire into their car, and they die.
Oh, being bullies.
And then they left.
Wait, you were upset that you did that?
Well, Matt just started shooting people.
Yeah.
Now I'm tied with Matt, so I had to do what Matt does. And so I didn't want this all to go into mayhem. But it was pretty hilarious. I was laughing for a good bit because they look so happy coming out in their Lamborghini.
And I just come out, like, just start fucking shooting.
And then you blew up
their.
their car.
Yeah.
Which is so terrible.
Yep.
Anyway, Adriano, what are you playing?
What am I?
Arkham?
Yes, I started and finished it.
You don't sound too happy.
Well, it.
Direct to DVD sequel, right?
Yeah, that's exactly the. That's exactly the way you're gonna put it.
Aren't you glad they're going to be taking over after Arkham Knight? They'll be taking over the series.
Oh, wait, I thought they were gonna just end it after Arkham Knight.
It's Rockstar's last Batman game.
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady's last Batman game. But Warner Bros. Is probably going to want some more Batman games, and so they're going to send it over to WB Montreal.
This is like, okay, if it was the exact same game, but Robin was the lead, like that would have been a fantastic game because Robin's like such a subpar character, and the game is
in a subpar game.
Yeah, so it's like, wow, that's a perfect fit. But it's like, you want me like this is the beginning of the Batman story.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start with the character itself, Batman. I did believe that he was a much younger and more naive and aggressive Batman. Like, I think that was done well.
Yeah, like in the other Arkham games, Batman's pretty calm.
Yeah, he's
throughout the entire
reserved and he knows what he's doing. Even in the worst situations, he knows exactly what's going on. Here, it seemed like he was aggressive and short-fused. I don't like the idea that he was so technologically advanced.
Yeah, the reconstruction of the crime scenes.
Even that, I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. But like, even with all the gadgets,
yeah,
it's like I'd rather have just had a very raw Batman, like just one where he just walks into an alleyway, just starts punching people, not where he uses gadgets to get shit done.
The problem is it's even though it's a prequel, it's a sequel to the previous games. So if you're already used to using all the gadgets, you don't want to go back to a game where you don't have any gadgets.
I think
Okay.
I think they intend it for him to be a rookie, so he's over prepared, so he has all these gadgets already.
Fine, if you want to make that argument, I'll barely accept that.
I'm not. That's not my argument. I hate the shot gloves.
No, shot gloves are stupid.
Yeah.
But those you take from
yeah, but I hate that you take them.
Yeah, he takes him and he daps him,
yeah.
and like those are not evident in any future game.
Yeah.
So shit like that I don't get.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, that ties back to that one, I guess kind of maybe, the one Philosophical Corner you gave us about inconsistencies between game franchises, right?
Yeah.
So he has those gloves, but then you never see them again. Because if you were following the story properly, right?
Yeah. The voice acting itself, I was actually rather impressed with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, because Batman was done by the same guy, Ezio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, that was pretty cool. And the Joker, I really liked at the beginning, when they first introduced him. As he went on more, I think he lost it.
Like his voice? You mean?
Yeah. Like it just kind of.
That's weird because they probably didn't record in the same, like chronologically, right?
Yeah, probably not. But it's just like when he was the jolly and a happy Joker, like he was just sporadic. Like that was a Joker that I'm like, okay, he's pulling off the Mark Hamill voice pretty well. But then as the story went on and he's getting aggressive and he's getting more pissed off, like he started to lose the voice.
Okay.
But overall, I think the voice acting was fine. So I completed that. I would say, actually, if you're going to play this game first.
Yeah.
Like, play them in chronological order. Because then they only get better. But that was it. And then...
How about the Riddler stuff?
That I'm still going through.
You're actually motivated to go through it?
Yeah. I don't know why.
I hated it.
Only because I bought the season pass, so I have all these Batman costumes that I want to just, like, jump around in.
You going to play the DLC?
Yeah, I'll play the DLC, but I want to do all the cleanup case files first. So I'm doing all those. Yeah.
Now, without giving away any spoilers, did you like how Joker was handled? Like at the end, what they did with the Joker?
You mean literally at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
I
sure.
thought it was pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah, that was. I'm not gonna give. What I don't like is the what they consider to be the final boss battle.
I don't remember that.
With in the basement.
Oh, the like hide and seek bit.
Yeah.
Oh, also, how useless were the villains in this one? They weren't like continuous running villains. They were just you beat them and then they're done. You know what I mean?
Well, like, give me an example.
Well, first of all, the what's the guy with the shock gloves?
Oh,
Electrocutioner.
Yeah,
Shockmaster.
he gets handled pretty quickly.
Yeah, but it's just because they're running out of heroes.
That's pretty funny though. What happens to him?
He
Yeah,
gets
that was funny,
the
but-
first time he just gets knocked out by Batman in one punch.
Yeah.
On the boat, and then later spoiler alert, he gets tossed out of a window.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Stupid.
but I just felt like they had more of a presence, the villains in the other Arkham games.
Yeah.
Like these ones weren't that threatening to me, like because I barely like saw them or they weren't part of the world until they showed up, and then, I thought they were just kind of out of place.
Yeah, the other villains were like Poison Ivy. Like the entire building was like taken.
Yeah,
over
it was like a whole new
vines.
level that you went into
Yeah.
just for that character. This
Mr.
one was like
Freeze was everything was all ice.
yeah. So I wasn't too impressed with the boss battles. Although when you fight,
Firefly. Oh, Deathstroke.
yes, that was kind of cool.
That was actually hard.
It was-
Like,
yeah,
That
I
was actually
failed
a
a
hard
lot of
fight.
times,
I'm
yeah.
like, when I beat him though, I was proud of myself. I'm like, fuck yeah. the Firefly battle on the bridge was pretty entertaining, but
You didn't have to think at all though.
you didn't.
No,
They did everything for
Told you everything.
you. Yeah. But
All right.
yeah, that, and then I was playing the cave, but I'm constantly playing that. What are you playing, Ryan?
I'm still playing Child of Light. I know it's only like a 10 to 12 hour RPG, but I just play it whenever I have like feeling bored. Fantastic game. Definitely go check it out. I think it's still $10 if you have PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I when I listened to it when you talked about last week, I went on and watched a review for it.
What did you think?
Looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's a nice little easygoing kind of RPG.
The way you described the combat system sounded pretty badass.
It's amazing. It's simplistic, but there's like tactic to it
Yeah.
in its simplicity. So it's really fun that way. I'm not using it the best I should be. I'm kind of just attack as many times as I want, but you can actually like do defends, which will help you in the long run, other than just attacking like I do. The art is amazing. The game's just fantastic. And it's amazing that Ubisoft published this thing because it's just cool. So good on them. All right, let's hop into apps with Marty. See, I don't have my
I was about to sneeze,
Proper
but then
intro.
you banished it.
your sneeze.
Yeah. Apps with Marty. Interestingly enough, I saw this app before a YouTube video I was about to watch.
Was it an ad?
It was an advertisement, and I saw it, and I watched the whole damn thing.
Wow, that actually worked.
It worked. It was like a 2.5 minute advertisement, and I watched the whole thing.
But was the app paid though?
What do you mean?
Did you buy the app?
I bought the app.
Oh wow, okay.
How much?
It was originally $4. I waited for it to go down to 99 cents.
Okay, good boy.
Yeah. I waited. It's called Blek, B-L-E-K. The thing I like about this is it's just got a pretty distinctive, simplistic art style. The basic premise is it's little 2D colored dots, and you have to draw a line, and based on how you draw that line, the line will move. So if you draw a circle, the line will just move in a circle. And there's a bunch of black dots on the screen that you're not supposed to hit with your line. So you kind of have to be strategic in drawing your line in order to gather all these colored dots. As you progress through the levels, of course, they get harder and they introduce a few new elements. I'm not actually sure how many puzzles there are in this game. I'm still working my way through them, as some of them are actually difficult. And there's nothing to this game. There's no menu or anything. You just kind of play through the puzzles. You can skip. You can go back if you like, but you can't go forward. And it's not like your typical type of game like this where you could like pay for like in-game currency and somehow skip through the levels to get them all or something. This is actually just work your way and try and figure all these out. Some of it's based on skill, others just scribble till you get lucky and get them all. But it is 99 cents right now, which I think is pretty much worth it. The $4 I would not be paying for or recommending it. But Black, it's on the App Store, iOS. You may see it on YouTube before a video you watch. Highly recommend it. It also does one thing that I love in games. It is human sound effects. When you hit a black dot when you're not supposed to, it's kind of like a guy just making a funny noise. Jellycar did this back in the day.
Holy man, Jellycar.
You remember Jellycar?
I remember
from
Jellycar.
Like the birth of the App Store way back in the day.
Find that on the original iPod Touch.
I always play apps, audio, into the microphone. I'm going to try to do it again. I don't know if it ever picks up.
Barely, but I think
barely. I'm going to go for it. You can hear some guy making funny noises. There you go. How does that sound?
I don't know.
You don't know, eh? Anyway, Black on the App Store, 99 cents. Get it while it's hot and not $4. Apps with Marty. There we went.
All right. Thank you, Marty.
You're welcome, Ryan.
Okay, our first story has to do with Oculus Rift. Adriano, I don't think you've ever been on when we were talking about Oculus Rift, but what's your views on the whole Facebook buyout and VR in general?
I hope that it's more than just a gimmick.
Okay. You actually want to see this evolve, then?
Yeah. Like the, I don't know if you saw the treadmill, that like the stationary treadmill.
Oh, yeah.
That looks fucking amazing. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I just, I want it to be more than just like a 1-year stint, like 3D gaming.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you feel about the Facebook thing, though? They bought it for $2 billion. This was a Kickstarter funded project, and basically, like they're not investors, but all the people who paid into this now aren't going to really see their vision of what they paid for.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, when you go into Kickstarter, I'm pretty sure there's a little thing that says you have no right.
You have no say in the company. Yeah.
So when you pump money into Kickstarter, you're doing it at your own free will and your own risk, and there's no guarantee. There's no takesies backsies.
Mm-hmm.
And excuse me, they sold it. They saw an opportunity and they took it. I don't necessarily blame them for it.
$2 billion, though. That's crazy.
That is a lot of money.
That is crazy.
Pretty much do whatever you want now.
I think that's way overpriced for something that was just a startup. You know? Way overpriced.
It's new technology. Like
Facebook, I don't mean.
R&D is done.
Yeah. All right. So Oculus Rift, they're getting in some hot water here. Apparently they've been accused from ZeniMax, who obviously famous for the like Fallout games, right?
Yeah, it's the parent company to Bethesda.
Yeah. They are claiming that Oculus VR stole basically some lines of code, something like that. Stuff that makes the Oculus Rift possible. So they actually accused the game designer John Carmack of improperly taking intellectual property that would later become the Oculus Rift. So they've actually responded to this. They said, this is a quote, "We are disappointed that, but not surprised by ZeniMax's actions, and will prove that all of its claims are false." The company also provided a list that they had like key points of what they thought proved they didn't steal it. Any thoughts on this at all? Is this above us?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like this stuff kind of things happen all the time. Like new bit of technology comes out, someone always claims that they stole it from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Subconsciously, they probably did steal from somebody.
They claim that not a single line of code has been copied from ZeniMax.
The only problem with saying that though is, I mean,
How do you know that?
there's only so
The guy
many ways to
came
write
from
it.
ZeniMax.
Oh.
John Carmack, he came from ZeniMax and then moved to work on Oculus VR.
Oh.
But coming from a company and then like learning something there and then moving over, ZeniMax might be like, well, because like he could have just done it. Like there's only so many ways to write a certain line of code.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
At a certain point, you're going to write a piece of code that just amalgamates two other pieces of code.
yeah.
So is that stealing code, or is that just being smart and just upping the effectiveness? Or,
knowing how to do it.
Yeah. Actually, I lost my train of thought. What, besides the code, what other claims are they just making?
I don't know, because I don't think ZeniMax produced an actual headset, right? Was it just the software that they produced for it, like a VR headset?
Like they just said intellectual property, right?
Yeah.
So it could be anything.
Well, I mean, the way I see it, it's like if ZeniMax doesn't have a product, they kind of didn't do it first, I guess.
It just seems kind of funny that it's like Oculus has been doing this for so long. It was like in the news and all this crap, and then the instant they get $2 billion, someone comes along and say, "Wait a sec, I want some of that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Once you become big, you kind of have to start fighting legal battles.
Yeah.
Because people will come out of anywhere to try to get a piece of your company or just take you down or whatever. Matt, I sent you that report of Samsung.
Samsung report. Oh, I read that. Yes. Okay.
So basically, with Samsung, this is a report now. It's none of it's been confirmed or anything, but it says that Samsung actually willfully copies other companies, and then gets tied up in huge legal battles with the companies, while continuing to sell the products that have infringed on patents.
Yep.
And then just settle out of court.
Yeah, they just say, okay, all right, here, we made $10 billion on what we took. Here's $2 billion. Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they've done this to multiple companies. Apple isn't the first. Apple's only the only one who's really giving them a fight back.
Yeah.
But what was the Pioneer? They drove Pioneer out of the TV business because of what they did.
Well, this is all alleged, right?
It's I guess someone who worked there or something.
Well, hey, in the words of the late Steve Jobs, I will quote this: "Good artists, copy. Great artists steal."
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So you can't really say too much.
Yeah.
Is he calling himself a great artist?
That's exactly what he's calling himself. He copied the GUI from Xerox. Xerox is now a printing company.
Did you say GUI?
Graphical user interface.
All right, that's all I got for that. Last week we talked about Naughty Dog and the kind of the troubles they've been having recently with a bunch of people leaving their company. Amy Hennig, one of the writer for the Uncharted series, left, got kicked out. We don't know what happened there. We got some good news for Naughty Dog. Jonathan Cooper, former animation director on Assassin's Creed 3, also worked on Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2. He's now joined Naughty Dog to, I guess, work on what I imagine Uncharted 4. So.
Will that be a replacement for anyone that left? We mentioned last week.
They did lose that one designer, didn't they?
Yeah, we lost a couple people.
The guy who
didn't
designed,
they lose like 2 or 3 people?
Yeah, the guy who designed the clickers. He was an art designer or whatever he did.
Yeah, he was booted or left or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So I guess this would kind of be replacing them. So I mean, it's kind of sad what happened to Naughty Dog. I don't really know the details fully because we don't really know what's happening internally.
Let's call him up.
Within Naughty Dog. Yeah.
What did this guy do on Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2?
Lead animator.
Mm.
So he, I guess, made it look how it does.
Cool.
So we'll see what he brings to Naughty Dog. Next story here: Tales from the Borderlands. You're excited for that, right? You like the Borderlands series?
Yeah.
You excited for it, or you just I'll play it?
No, I like Borderlands.
Yeah.
Tales of Borderlands is the Telltale one?
The Telltale
Yeah.
game, yeah.
Okay.
And I guess it has their own. They said it has their own method of shooting. It's not a
Is
first
it
person
like
shooter.
the Walking Dead shooting? Is it gonna be
Walking Dead shooting was bad. I hope it's not like that.
Wait, they had shooting in Walking Dead?
Yeah.
He shot some zombies at some points. So it was really weird. The controls were real bad.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
But the nice thing about this, and I actually wish more game companies would do this, but your Tales from the Borderlands loot can also be used, I guess, in other titles. So I guess that means Borderlands series down the road, or
What's that other one coming up?
Other one.
Is it the interquel?
Oh, the pre-sequel.
Interquel.
Please say that again.
Interquel.
Is that what it's actually called?
It's a pre-sequel.
Intercool.
Yeah.
So interquel. Is that something you made up, or is that real?
I'm pretty sure I've heard that before.
It's actually called the pre-sequel, though.
I have a sequel question for you later.
Go ahead. We got some time.
Okay. Terminator series. What if they made a new Terminator movie that took place at the time of the big Terminator War,
Oh, this is a mind fuck.
and they find the time machine at the end and send Kyle Reese back? Prequel or sequel movie?
Ugh. See, it's a mind fuck.
Or interquel.
Oh no, Intercool would take place between two other movies.
It would take... no.
No,
I don't
takes-
know. It could be
It
all
takes
three.
place before Terminator 1, but after Terminator
So in between.
Salvation.
No, but it's also after Terminator 1. But yeah, then
circle.
you have to think: are they? Is in the Terminator universe? Is there one timeline, or are there multiple timelines?
The timeline thing really makes me angry.
Because if there's multiple timelines, then it could be either, depending on what timeline we're talking about.
Let's call that Schrodinger's sequel then. It is both a sequel and a prequel at the same time.
The multiple timeline thing really makes me angry, man.
Why does it make you angry?
Because if you leave your timeline and save another timeline, the timeline you left
is
is
gone anyway.
destroyed
But maybe
because
maybe
you didn't save that one.
they don't
so
wanna-
it doesn't matter.
They don't want
Nothing
that
matters.
crap to happen, though, right? Like they don't want bad crap.
Who's there to save that universe?
But-
the one that left.
What's the point if there's similar running parallel everything exactly the same universes?
Is it parallel
What's the
Terminator,
point?
or are they just rewriting it?
They rewrite it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Actually, here's a question then. Okay,
We should do a time travel
so
podcast.
say for example, like in that universe, somebody just uses a time machine. They go back to like 1980. It's like 2013 or something weird in that movie. I forget what year it is. Whatever it is. Does that time like technically like so everyone like is gone and it just goes back to that time? The instant someone uses a time machine, it just goes back.
Okay, well, hold on, stop.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, wait.
I
See what I'm
see-
saying?
I see what Matt's saying.
Wait. 2013.
Yeah, so so say you're in 2013, the
Okay.
war is happening, whatever. Somebody
why not
uses a
2014?
time machine, and there's only one timeline. Does everything in that world just disappear because that person went back, and now that person's in this same timeline but reversed, and then that person's gone back now? Because in the movie in Salvation they say we have to save Kyle Reese or else I won't exist. That was John Connor.
Okay, there's two ways of looking at time travel. One, that everything that already happened will happen, and you going back just causes things that have already happened to happen again.
Okay.
Okay. Or two,
Or for the first
So
time.
just to explain that a little bit, it's almost like say you drop your coffee, you go back in time to stop yourself from dropping the coffee,
But you make
but
yourself
you accidentally make yourself drop the coffee by going back in time.
Yeah.
But the coffee gets dropped either way.
yeah,
Okay.
me going back in time is what causes the coffee to drop in the
Yeah.
first place.
Yeah.
Okay. Better make sure I don't drop my coffee. Or the other one is you just go back in time, you just fuck around with whatever you want, and as soon as you go back, things just start to change.
But my problem with that one is you would have already gone back if you were going to go back.
Okay, wait, sorry, we're talking about the second one?
Yes.
Okay, so you're talking. So if I got in a TARDIS right now,
Yeah.
okay, I got my TARDIS and I went back to 1985.
Mhm.
You're saying what?
In this current time, before you went back in time,
Yeah.
in 1985, you would have already been there.
No, that's the thing though. If
How?
you're going with that second theory of time travel,
Yeah.
no, then I'm just disrupting it and I'm just starting all over again. That I never was there.
So the entire 2014 right now, this exact instant gets reversed to 1985.
Yeah,
Nothing in the future has happened
no,
at all.
But-
it's just whatever.
in
So
happens.
how do you affect the future that's not happened? So then I guess it would change everything, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, because those events are still happening, and then you.
But then
change
how
them.
did you go back in time if the future disappeared?
That's also a problem with the Terminator series because they find that the T-100 already went through, and then they're like, "Oh crap!" and they send Kyle Reese back. That's a problem because now that didn't happen.
That's okay. That's the problem with time travel movies is they tend to take both tactics. Like Back to the Future,
It does both.
he does both. Like he goes back in time and fucks around with shit, but at the same time, it also tries to erase him. Like he accidentally erases himself, or almost erases himself.
And he names himself.
Yeah.
Marty, that's a great name.
Okay. Now, do you believe time had a beginning?
Oh,
Oh.
Oh God, here we
Uh,
go.
and why does it
Do
move
some math.
forward?
The fine beginning.
The Big Bang, time began running.
Time is something we invented.
No. No.
Isn't it?
Time is real.
Time is real, but
Yeah.
it's also
Well,
bendable.
okay, hold on. Are you talking about the method in which we we
I
measure
guess
time is something invented.
I guess,
or,
yeah, that's true. I guess the method in which we do.
Yeah, we decided at some point that this was a second. And
Yeah.
We could
60
only
of those
have time if things repeated too. We need things to repeat naturally to have time to measure time.
I don't like this.
So like a day, like you have a day. The sun, the Earth rotates. You have a
Right.
day, and then it goes around the sun. That's a year.
Yeah, fair enough.
The most accurate clock is like was it like a atomic clock? Like there's this atom that flashes like millions and millions of times a second, and that calculates 1 second. And that's the most accurate clock in the world. And it won't. You know how like your hand, like your wristwatch, you'll have to reset it like every like year or so because it gets off time.
Mm-hmm.
This atomic clock will take millions of years before you notice it's off time. It's that accurate. So anyway, continue with do you believe time had a beginning?
I guess so. Everything has to have
So
a beginning.
okay, if time had a beginning, there would be no future to go to, right?
the future.
What?
If time, let's say, okay,
Say you had a time machine in the first 10 seconds of the universe being created. Could you go forward?
you couldn't go to 15 seconds
No.
because there's nothing there. Time hasn't happened yet.
That's a fair point. But at the same time,
Yeah, you could do that at any point.
yeah.
Well, no, because
20 seconds from now hasn't happened yet.
exactly. So you can't go to it.
No.
But
you can't go to
But
it.
in theory, you could also go forward in time by traveling at the speed of light.
Well, now that's actual physical time travel, but if we're talking movie time travel, where you can just jump to the future and not actually have to wait time, it's instant.
Who's to say that they didn't go 10 times the speed of light and go, pff, and then it's there?
Well, if you're going 10 times the
Wait,
speed of light,
are you
you're
talking
going-
about back or forward?
Forward. Like he's saying jump before ahead. I'm saying like in a movie, who's to say they don't have the technology to go multiple times the speed of light? So you're like, I
okay,
wanna
but
go
that still
30.
causes the problem of going to the future.
How does that cause a problem?
Because 15 seconds hasn't happened. You're at 10 seconds. 15 seconds haven't happened. You can't go to 15 seconds until 15 seconds has happened.
So what happens if we ever go faster than the speed of light? Just like a detonate? Like
No, you go back in
whoosh.
time.
You go back in time.
As you approach the speed
going
of
too
light,
fast.
You're
you
going
go forward in
in
time.
time.
When you reach the speed of light, time stops. And then faster than the speed of light, time goes in reverse. According to Einstein.
Yeah, there you go. So maybe they went like 30 times the speed of light, like bam, and they're just there.
They're where?
They're like back in time, or they went like really, really freaking close, and they went like really fast to like tomorrow. Right? Like the machine would calculate that. You'd be like 30 years, and be like, shh.
If you're talking about physical time travel, then yes, you could go to 15 seconds by traveling close to the speed of light. Because your physical clock would
Is
slow
slowing
down
Yes.
in relation to everyone outside of you.
Okay, so now you're asking. Okay, so going back to your other question is, if time has a beginning,
You shouldn't ask this.
yours was 10. If your example was 10 seconds, if I had a time machine in 10 seconds, how could I travel to 15-second mark if it hasn't happened?
Go to the speed.
That
Go
is,
go close to the speed of light.
Because it already happened. It all happened
How?
already. It already ended.
No, we already agreed that time had a beginning.
No.
Yes, we did. Adriano said the time had a beginning.
Okay, it begins.
Yes. It's running. You reach 10 seconds. You decide, I want to see what it's like in the future. There's no future to go to.
My theory is it's already ended.
How?
It begun, it's done. Split second.
How?
It just did.
But time has to run.
Does it?
Kind of, I guess. I don't
No.
know.
Why?
Because we're running.
Are we?
Yeah, we're running through time.
I think we're just moving.
Well, moving through time.
Moving through space.
Well, it's space-time.
I don't like this.
Anyway.
What was the article we're talking about?
I don't, nothing got solved there.
We were talking about
Borderlands.
the Terminator
There's
series.
no Borderlands news.
Wait, so is it a prequel or a sequel for the
Oh,
Terminator?
yeah,
Okay, wait, okay. I would if most of the movie took place in the future, I would say it's a sequel. If most of the movie took place in the past, it is a prequel.
I'll agree with that.
It depends on the majority of where the movie takes place.
None of it takes place in the past.
It takes place in the future.
But
Yeah.
technically speaking, though, they do.
You sending him back, that section
Yeah.
takes place in the past.
Kyle Reese does say, "I was sent back." Sequel
What does that
or
mean?
prequel? I was sent back.
It
Past.
none of it takes place in the past.
It doesn't
No,
take
no,
place in the
wait.
past, but it was a past event to him, and the first movie is
Yes.
after that.
Yeah,
past
you have to
event.
That's what I'm
in the
saying. It's
future.
all the future, but it's
Oh.
Reese's past.
You have to choose.
Doesn't mean it's in the past.
What timeline you want to hop onto, though.
There's only one.
If you want to go to the edge of time to where it's first running, then that would be the present, right? I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway,
Next article.
The Last of Us. It's coming to the PS4. It's going to be all new resolutions, 1080p, new lighting, new textures. It's going to be looking great. But the funny thing that they found was that there wasn't a limitation of actual hardware of the PS4 to achieve this. It was actually the Blu-ray size. Could they fit this all onto the Blu-ray? And Matt, do you know offhand how big Blu-rays are? They're like 50 gigs or something like that?
I thought they were closer to like 90.
There's
I
like the
can't
dual
remember
layer
now.
ones you can get up to
Yeah,
pretty
dual
big,
layer.
right?
I can't remember now though.
So yeah, this is a quote from, I believe, Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog. He says, our cinematics are now running at 1080p and 60 frames per second, and then that involved rendering them all from scratch. He said this in an interview with Edge. It's interesting that now, instead of a technical bottleneck, the bottleneck is, can we fit all this on one disc? Why can't they do 2 discs? 2 disc
You
Blu-rays.
could do a multi-layer disc.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the idea of swapping discs at some point is not very appealing.
And since we have Blu-rays, it's so much bigger that you kind of got used to not switching discs. But you could do it. I wouldn't mind. I mean,
Fucking L.A. Noir is on 3 DVDs.
for Xbox 360, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. See, I thought it was just kind of cool to see that it's actually the Blu-ray that's a limitation now. Could they update the Blu-ray? I know they're working on bigger Blu-ray discs, like up in like 100 gigabytes and above. Could they update the PS4 to read those?
I think
Or do they need do they need a whole new reader?
I think the PS4 should be fine reading that. If it's a multi-layer disc, I think it should be okay.
Well, yeah, because they're even talking about the 4K Blu-rays, which need to be bigger, right?
Yeah, because like I mean, the 4K Blu-ray, I think that needs to be higher. I think I read somewhere where that you need to buy a special player.
You need to buy a new Blu-ray
You
player.
need to buy
yeah.
a new Blu-ray player. Now that might be due to the video output problem. That might be a problem with that. I don't know.
So we're going to another new format?
You know, it's still Blu-ray, but
You
like,
just need bigger Blu-rays.
yeah, like I think if you put it in a normal Blu-ray player, I'm pretty sure it will play, but only in 1080p max.
Oh, okay.
That would be nice if they did that.
I'm pretty sure it will work. I think it might be an internal. I haven't like looked it up or anything, but
So how about like a digital version of this?
Oh man,
It'd be huge, but
it's massive.
they wouldn't be restricted.
I don't think our hard drive space is keeping up with the size of our files.
And,
for
our
media.
discs aren't now either.
And we're now moving towards higher audio quality as well.
Yeah.
So we'll be having bigger song libraries. It's a mess.
Plus,
And we're going to solid state, which is smaller because it costs less to make a smaller hard drive. We're going backwards. Well, the file sizes are going forwards.
you could combat that with a hybrid drive, though.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. Also, speaking about storage spaces, Sony was able to get 3,700 Blu-rays worth of storage into a cassette tape. Now, for all you kids out there, cassette tapes are physical tapes that run on a little thingy.
Little magnetic tapes. Yeah.
So what's crazy about this, a lot of places actually still use tapes to back up their storage.
Yep.
I did an internship in Montreal, and our digital server was backed up on tape.
Yep.
Mainly because we know how tapes operate, we know how long they last, and how to store them properly.
And it's cheap as shite.
And it's really cheap, yeah. So Sony's made one with 148 gigabytes per square inch, meaning that the cassette can hold 185 terabytes of data.
God damn.
All right, we're
Now
going back
that's-
to cassettes.
Slap that in a new MacBook. Ooh, baby.
Gotta rewind for all your data. That'd be terrible.
It'd be so long, eh? What are the write times on those? You know?
It's pretty damn slow.
Yeah.
But, and they wear out though. That's the problem. Like magnetic drives do. SSDs they don't wear out, but they.
But don't they lose data over time?
Yes.
The more you copy and
Yeah. Like, if you have like lots of reads and writes, like if you had like one thing going like 10 million read writes a second or something, and then the other one going like a billion, the one with the billion like wouldn't break. It would run out of storage.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This is what we're moving to.
Yep.
But do hard drives store things indefinitely? If you keep them properly?
No, even those have a shelf life. They'll start to.
They have it. Like everything has a shelf life.
Yeah.
Theoretically, a magnetic drive, like an HDD, regular hard drive, is indefinite. But the problem are the bearings have a rating for how long they'll work because they spin. Right.
Yeah, and they also break at any time too. You
Yeah,
can buy
the
you can buy a new computer, bring it home, and the hard drive can crash.
Yep.
Right? So, all right.
DVDs are supposed to have, and CDs are supposed to have a shelf life like 100 years.
Jeez, holy man.
Yeah,
Let's keep using those. How about Blu-rays?
probably
No.
the same thing.
Probably the same thing.
No.
Stick with DVDs.
How about Nintendo's the Wii U discs?
Yeah.
They're not Blu-rays, but they're bigger stores than DVDs.
They feel weird.
I like the feeling of them. I think they're great.
Yeah.
Even the Blu-rays feel a little different than DVDs. DVDs have like a sharp edge to them.
Yeah.
Blu-ray's
sure.
smooth, and then Wii U is like rounded. By the way, the Wii U has the best disc drive I've ever used.
It is
It's really powerful, eh?
it's really
Holy
nice.
man, it just slides in there so smoothly.
The PS4 feels like it's trying to.
Like you're breaking it or something.
Yeah.
You're shoving it in there and it doesn't want the disc. All right. Sony says that indie games are the heartbeat of gaming. Real quick, what do you guys think? Agree, disagree? I've voiced my opinion on this many times.
Not a big fan of assigning things to like anatomy, like parts of the body. I'm not a huge part of that. Like, I don't know, like shooters are the lungs of the gaming industry. I don't like shit like that.
That's ridiculous.
That's completely beside the point. But okay, continue.
I think indies are where like the innovation's happening. They always got like new, fresh ideas. I don't know a whole lot of games that are coming out, like AAA games that are gonna have much innovation. Division maybe a little. Watch Dogs is doing some cool stuff, but other than that, not much.
And a lot of people have talked about that. We're missing that middle tier of gaming. It's now indie game or AAA game. You know, you look at the PS4's library. What do you got? Indie games and AAA games.
Well, to be fair,
there's no like real crappy little games on there.
The middle ground is.
I guess the Lego games maybe, but
well, not even that. I think the middle ground is just bad games.
But there are no like real bad games.
Like we were talking about
bad
Amazing
indie games.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but that's technically, I guess, a big budget AAA game, right?
Is it a big budget game?
No, I would not consider that a AAA game.
It's got a decent budget though, right?
That game would not be in existence if it wasn't for that movie.
Yeah. Okay.
I would not call that a AAA game. AA at best.
AA.
We don't hear about middle of the road games. Like why would you? They're just games that.
Well, we lost a lot of publishers too. I guess THQ made a lot of the middle tier games. You know.
Yeah, that's why we don't have them anymore.
When I think those middle tier games, I think of games that are trying to be AAA, but kind of, I wouldn't say fail. They just don't quite meet up to standards. There was a game that I got excited for when I saw like a teaser trailer, like 2007 or 2008. When I first saw this trailer, it was called I Am Alive.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
They made it to the PSN, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it finally came out on the PSN, and it was like,
ill received.
Yeah. Like that is like when you say middle tier game, that is the example that I think of.
Two Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mediocre.
But those are all kind of older games.
They're older, but I mean at that time they were still middle
If you
tier.
think that's current gen, sure. Let's give Spider-Man the middle tier. What else though? That's really it.
Mercenary Kings. I don't know if that's indie though.
Lost.
No, current gen. I get if you can still consider last gen current gen, but. So this is from Sony. This is from their VP of Development, Developer and Publishing Relations, Adam Boyes. He said, "We're very involved. I think we care very deeply about it. We live it and breathe it and bleed it. When we're with these people, these are our friends. These are people we respect. These are people we have dinners with. And I don't know. It's a love fest."
Jeez, calm down.
Yeah. Hey, it's the heartbeat of gaming. These indie games. Sony's going all cylinders on the indie games. The most recent one, PlayStation Plus, Stick It to the Man.
Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah, but I've been pretty vocal about my distaste for the way the industry is kind of moving to these indie games.
I think the fact there's big money there, Sony wants to jump on that train because Microsoft isn't.
Yeah, I respect the indie games. I have fun with them. They're great games. They're fun, but I just feel like we're moving to a lower quality. Like people don't look for quality; they just want cheap games.
Yeah.
For quick little fun rides, and that's it. You know?
I don't know. It's based. What are you basing this quality on?
They're not big games.
Yeah, you don't have like a full floor people testing it, for example.
They're not like massive, like high quality good games.
Now you're quantify quality. Like visual appeal?
Well, that's part of it, yeah. But like in terms of like actual like visual storytelling, set pieces.
Okay.
Like the indie games are tiny. And I'm fine with playing indie games. I'm fine with them being there. But I feel like everyone only cares about indie games and are shunning out the rest of the industry because they don't care about it anymore.
The new ideas are there, though. Like
that's fine. I love that. That's great. And they're giving the big publishers something to think about.
Yeah.
You know? But I just feel like we're moving to the society that just wants cheap games for as low cost as possible. You know? And that's what's led to microtransactions. People not wanting to buy the games at high prices. And so they add all the microtransactions in to make up for the lost in profits.
Yeah. My problem
and
with
then there's like no disrespect to Tim or Dylan Aspen, but they wait till the game's like $5 on Steam.
Yeah, and they won't pay anything else.
Yeah, and
So,
like it's like if you like this game, you need to support it, or else they're gonna stop making them.
Yeah,
you know,
like just do like I'm trying to do with the next gen. I'm trying to like no, I used to just buy everything. You come out, I just buy it. Now I'm trying to like okay, I'll buy a game, beat it, buy a game, beat it. You know, like slow it down a bit.
Yeah.
So,
all right, that's all I had for that. So yeah, we got some E3 stories coming up here. Microsoft they announced what they're kind of doing at their conference. It's called Xbox Game On. It's what the actual keynote presentation is called.
Woo.
So yeah, they're really doubling down on.
Ironically, they're probably not going to have any actual games there.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Probably some Kinect shit. some app stuff.
Well, they better show you why their Xbox is worth $100 more.
TV.
it does do a lot more.
Is it worth it though?
Yeah.
No.
You yell Xbox on 5 times before it listens to you.
on.
And
Xbox on.
That's
on
worth
Xbox.
It refuses to turn on, and then it does sometimes. Like something like this, like today.
So
I said it.
that's worth $100 to you.
Yeah, because like the rest of the for some reason the rest of the commands work.
What do you do?
You
Yeah.
use
What do you do?
the motion controls.
No, God no.
Okay, so you don't use the Kinect for what it's actually designed for.
If it had a mic, I'd be fine with it. Put it that way.
Okay.
Well, there's the problem. They don't.
You
If
could make like a $5 mic.
It's a useless microphone.
Yeah. In theory, you should be able to plug in your headset and just talk into that and do the same thing.
You can on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Xbox One. You can on PS4 though.
Well,
did you say you use your Xbox mostly for Netflix?
I haven't played a game on my Xbox minus like one race in Forza for probably 3-4 months.
See where I'm going with this?
Hey man,
You could buy an Apple TV unit. You could buy a Roku or whatever and do the same thing.
Yeah, I
You
could.
probably own like 30 things that could watch now.
Microsoft is probably just going to do some app stuff. They're going to get some celebrities out there.
yeah.
Announce.
Musical performance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Usher reappearance.
So yeah, the conference starts off at E3 Monday, June 9th at 9:30 a.m. I think that's earlier than usual, isn't it? I think they usually start at
What time is
10 Pacific.
I don't know times.
So I think it usually started at like 1 Eastern.
Yeah, it'd be one for us.
So now it's going to be starting at 12:30 Eastern.
They're probably just going to extend it.
Oh, that's perfect.
The stream will begin at 9. This is the stream online, 9 a.m. Pacific, with pre-show coverage that can be viewed globally on Xbox.com, Xbox Live, and Windows Phone. So.
Yay, all 4 people.
Oh yeah. Electronic Arts also revealed that they're going to be announcing 6 games at E3. Anything you guys want to see from EA?
The Wars.
The what?
Star Wars.
Yes. They have announced they're going to show Battlefront.
They have
But
announced
I don't want to see Battlefront.
That's announced already.
Yeah.
Well, they released
So
a
that-
tiny teaser trailer last year.
But that's not. If that is one of their 6 announcements,
Oh, yeah, right. I'm not sure. Wait.
Visceral's got one, right?
Yes. They were going to reveal 6 games at E3.
reveal.
Okay, so
So I don't know if that means reveal the gameplay footage.
Battlefront's gonna be one of them.
So yeah, I guess they're counting it.
Dead Space 4 is going to be another one of Visceral's in there.
Well, Visceral is supposed to be working on the Star Wars game. Not Battlefront.
really?
They're working on a Star Wars game.
Not Battlefront though.
Not Battlefront. That's DICE.
that's where I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. That's where Amy Hennig went to write for them for the Star Wars game. It's in pretty good shape. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited.
That one's lining up nicely.
Also, Need for Speed will not be at E3 this year.
Thank God.
So they're taking a break, right?
Yeah, for the first time in a decade, they're not going to have a game this year.
How cool is that?
Good.
Yeah, so I guess they're going to be focusing more on a longer development cycle, get some better quality into their games.
Maybe another Need for Speed on the Run.
I saw that Sony's plans for E3 were leaked online.
Yeah,
Supposed plans.
Tell us a bit about that, Marty.
People are. This is just like a rumor, and like a list of like their plans were leaked, and they go into great detail. So people are actually thinking this might be legitimate. And I don't want to spoil things for people, like, so I won't say much, but
Tell us afterwards.
yeah, but Project Morpheus is going to be featured at their E3 presentation, which is their VR headset to kind of like combat the Oculus Rift. But pretty much what you expect Sony to do and the type of studios that will be there are going to be there. It's pretty.
And so I think there's still a few studios of Sony's that we haven't heard from yet, right?
Yeah, there was a little interesting note and it said that there are a few games reserved. One of them is secret. No one knows about this. It wasn't detailed in this. And there's a few more games that they won't show off if Microsoft doesn't do as well. So if Microsoft does well in their presentation, they'll show these games off.
So wait,
really?
are these just
wow, that is some insanity wolf right there.
Yeah, it is.
That is some balls they got.
Yeah.
So wait, are these like kick-ass games that they'll show
Only if Microsoft is doing well.
to trump Microsoft?
Yeah, or maybe like games that aren't necessarily ready yet, but they still want to
Is
get
this,
hyped
is
for.
what it's come to, like a blood sport now?
Yeah.
Just gonna gouge them?
Well, I think they got so hyped up on last year when they just destroyed Microsoft.
Yeah, they destroyed Microsoft. It was bad.
Everyone was like Sony crazy last year.
Everyone was like cheering and crap.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
That's so fun.
You talked about Morpheus, Project Morpheus being there. That one of their high-end developers is going to be working on, right?
Yep. A developer I like is going to be working on a game they said it's going to be a landmark title for Morpheus.
What developer though? Do you know?
Media Molecule.
The Little Big Planet guys.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because they really utilized what the Vita could do.
Who did the God of War series? Santa
Monica.
Yeah.
Are they have anything in development?
I don't believe so. I don't think they've announced anything.
Are they planned for?
It's probably like God of War. I don't know. I don't think it is, but I don't think we've heard anything from them yet. See, I thought it would have been Guerrilla Games doing what? Do you know something?
I know a lot of things, man. I don't want to spoil things in case anybody likes the surprises at E3, but
well, I thought they would have been working on Project Morpheus because they did the PlayStation Move controller support for Killzone, which was fantastic, by the way. Worth it? No, but it was fun. So, all right,
that's online if you want to find it.
Yeah.
I'll ask you afterwards.
Yeah.
Now, if you already know the number on this, don't say it. But Activision, their big game coming out is Destiny, the MMO first-person shooter. How much do you think the development on this game is going to cost?
I know the number.
You've already seen it? Okay. Matt, do you know?
I sent
read
the
it.
article.
Oh, okay.
I have the article thing open.
Oh, you sent the article. That's right.
I saw the damn number on TV.
Everyone knows.
Yeah.
Next story.
Okay, so it's $500 million. Now that
$500 million.
That's ridiculous.
That
Just to
sounds
be-
way more impressive.
just to be clear, I think this is a rumor. I think first of all, but they also said that this would be a lot of marketing, not just development of the game, but they'd be spending a lot of money on marketing. And that's where a lot of companies spend a lot of their money. Tomb Raider, the reason why there wasn't instant profits on it is because they spent so much on marketing. You remember when Square Enix was complaining that it didn't sell enough copies, even though it sold like 3 million?
Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
So, $500 million. It will be the most expensive game to date, beating out the likes of Grand Theft Auto 5 and Star Wars: The Old Republic.
How much
I'm
were
not
those?
excited for it.
I think they were both in the ballpark around $250 million.
I'll look that up.
So that's beating a lot of major motion pictures, like the budget they have. $500 million. I don't think.
Well, it does cost more than a movie ticket to buy a game. So.
Yes. Yeah. So it better be a good game.
That's
all
more
I'm saying.
of a pirate game as a movie.
They're in this one for the long run though, right? With Destiny.
This is like a 10-year plan for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any faith in the game at all? I mean, this
It
comes
doesn't
from.
look that
I
interesting to
threw
me.
down $5 on
Yeah.
pre-order, so yeah.
I'm not
Oh, yeah,
interested
really?
at all in it. Yeah,
No.
not at all.
Now, Adriano, what is it that excited you to put down $5?
Poster.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
really massive poster in my
God.
room of it. I threw down $5 for that and $5 for the Assassin's Creed 3, the map poster.
So it's not just about the game. You just wanted the poster.
Oh yeah.
Any thoughts about the game?
I'm excited. I'll get into it when I have a pre-order for 360. I don't even know if that's going to end up happening. We've tried if they just cancel it for that and just do it for the next gen consoles. But I'm excited to see what they can, if they do have a really massive grand plan for it. Mm-hmm. If it's something that I can revisit every once in a while. But
now, one of the worries is that we've only seen like one level.
That's fine.
It's that same desert level and going inside that building.
Like Russia or something. You're in Russia, something like that.
That doesn't concern me.
No? Okay.
It's 500 million. It's got to be going somewhere.
I would hope so, yeah. And finally, our last story of the week. Nintendo. We all love Nintendo here.
Three of us do.
The Wii U sales figures, 3 of us. That's not you?
That ain't me.
It's not me.
I don't know. Oh, all right. Well,
2 of us love Nintendo.
Wii U sales are at 6.17 million.
That's sad.
What is it, going on 2 years now?
Yeah.
The PS4
has
sold
more.
7 million since November.
And the Xbox is what, 3.5?
Something like that, yeah.
that's really bad. That's really bad.
It's really bad.
So I got some
Not great numbers.
So yeah, the Wii U sold 6.17 million. The 3DS family, that's the 3DS and the 2DS and 3DS XL, 43.33 million.
Wait, how do you sell half of a?
That's to date.
43 million. Okay, sorry, I misread that.
43.33
million.
Did you think
I misread
units?
that. I was thinking units, and I was like, wait, what the heck's going on here? I just derped.
What, that is units?
That is units. 43.33 is 40.
No. I thought it was like a whole number. Like I thought he said 43.33 units. I didn't think he said million.
Oh.
I was like, that's way too low.
Oh.
Like, holy crap! Like, what happened?
Oh, million units.
Yeah, I
So
yeah,
then you would think there would be like a half a unit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say
Okay.
too. I was like, wait, what the heck's going
The
on
ultra
here?
rare half unit.
Yeah, no.
Probably more fun.
Oh,
Software,
GG.
total Wii U software sold to date, 32.28 million. On the 3DS, 162.92 million. That's quite a bit, eh? And what are some of the best selling Wii U games? New Super Mario Bros. U that launched with the Wii U.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Well, it didn't come with the Wii U, but it launched alongside it. People love their Mario, eh?
It's hilarious that a launch title's still the best.
Next is Nintendo Land. It came with the unit, so I'm not sure if they consider that in selling the game. I guess they would, right? Or it would
No, because now there's bundles that you can buy without it,
yes.
and you can also buy the game separately.
So,
And there's
so
more-
all the units that sold with Nintendo Land, are those counted as?
No,
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
they don't count as kind of sales. It's only 3 point whatever million. There's 6.17
No, but
million.
there's units that, first of all, the basic unit, the white one, didn't come with Nintendo Land.
Oh, I apologize.
Remember?
Okay.
Yeah. And now there's also black units that don't come with it, like the Mario Kart bundle.
Oh, okay.
Or the Wind Waker bundle.
Yeah, it doesn't come with it, and you can also buy the game separately.
Okay, fair enough.
Super Mario 3D World. Pretty fun game, actually, I'll admit. New Super Luigi U.
I don't know who bought that one.
Well, it's also now bundled too.
The green case is pretty cool.
It is cool. I'll
Yeah.
give you that one. Yeah.
Wii Party U, which I'm not
The hell's
really
that?
sure what that is.
That's like we play.
I was playing Wii Play like last week, and it is awesome.
Come on.
And The Legend of Zelda, the Wind Waker HD edition, 1.22 million.
So this is their 3rd year in a row of loss, right? I think I read that as well.
Yeah.
They have a lot of money; they can afford it. But more importantly, did I not send an article about a possible new piece of hardware from Nintendo?
Oh, yes, I was just going to talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, so Nintendo's announced that they wanted to create new hardware for emerging markets. So I guess like China and India would be
Oh god.
console emerging markets. And
China
instead
had
of
a video
instead
game
of
ban, didn't they?
Yeah, they just
they lifted it and they have a deal with Microsoft.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So that's good news for Microsoft, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, instead of Nintendo focusing on creating cheaper Wii U and 3DSs, they're basically starting over, building units from the ground up with price in mind. How do you guys feel about that?
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll see the units here.
I feel like it's gonna be like a Wii, like kind of like the Wii Family Edition, but a Wii U Family Edition. It's gonna be really bad.
Or like the Wii Mini.
Yeah,
That
that's what I
was
mean.
terrible.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be
That
really
unit
bad.
was the complete opposite of what it should have been.
I kind of want to buy one though.
Why?
No, it looks
Because it was
like
a Canadian
takeout.
exclusive.
Yeah, it's in the U.S. now. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think, but I just feel like I'll just keep it in the box. It's $100. It's like 89. You can find it for like 89 in some places.
So if you
Keep
use
it
ones
somewhere.
at EB Games, are as much as a PS4 game.
Yeah,
$69.99.
not bad. See,
Interesting. I think Nintendo posted this last week. Sales figures for every console they've ever put out on their website, which I thought was pretty cool. And what amazed me was the Game Boy Advance sold 80 million units for 3 years.
so that's the entire total of the PS3 or the Xbox
Yeah.
360.
And then like the DS came out after that, which is backwards compatible, which is ridiculous.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know why Nintendo's such a success in the handheld market.
It
What is
3DS
it?
sales are slowing now. I think everyone has one,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, once everyone gets one, I mean,
which kind of sucks.
but it doesn't matter because they have so much software that's their own. Yeah. They have such an install base now.
I think they could benefit a little bit from a bundle, Wii U 2DS bundle, maybe.
See, the problem with that though is they don't talk to each other.
Some games do.
Monster
Hunter,
but like the actual systems don't talk to
Oh,
each other.
like games do though.
Yeah, well, that's nice.
Yeah. Like you can play Monster Hunter like on your 2DS with the Wii U.
Yeah, you can.
The thing with the Wii Mini, they should have just made it an online box, no disc drive.
And came in like installed with like 10 games or something.
That's what I'm saying. It's a complete opposite of what it should have been.
Mhm.
Should have been no disc driving, but just software.
Yeah.
That would have been a moneymaker.
All right, that's all we got for this week. I'm pooped.
You're poop.
I'm pooped. All right, yeah. Like us on, check us out on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter, and YouTube.
Send
Subscribe.
us your theories on time travel.
Oh yeah, we'd love to hear your own theories. What you guys feel. Time travel is always a hot topic in movies.
In this room.
They should stay away from time travel movies for a while, till they figure out what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think it was in Austin Powers when they tell you completely ignore the time travel rules. they look at the camera and tell you to ignore the time travel rules. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week for more stories. And as we approach E3, exciting times.
That's good stuff.
4 weeks away. So
We'll see you there.
someone invite us.
Please.
Yeah. All right. See you next week.
Peace.